It's the day investors have been waiting for. After so many days with a negative portfolio, it looks like we may soon be turning a profit. However, let me clarify the situation after days of being down 20%. Finally, the day has arrived after being in the red for so long. Some huge news has arrived. This one will definitely shock you, and the charts are rising. Shiba Inu is recuperating nicely. We are all aware of the uncertainties and anxiety that investors experience due to the fluctuations in the price of Shiba. One can only imagine how stressful it is to watch your investments decline over a few weeks, but for these investors, the stress has finally turned to happiness as Shiba Inu is finally experiencing some recovery, a recovery that the investors and the community greatly need. This is good news that could enable the investors to make a profit, or at least come close to one, and they can finally breathe a sigh of relief after the events of the previous few weeks. In addition, the investors are happy and satisfied that this might be the beginning of increased upward movement. They are certain that this might continue for more than a few weeks and that the market will soon experience higher earnings. Shiba Inu, which has recovered from its recent decline, is currently leading the charge in the recovery of meme coins. According to CoinMarketCap, Shiba Inu has increased by more than 4% over the last day. This is the coin's first notable price increase since June 7, suggesting that the difficult period may be behind it. Investors are encouraged by this development, seeing it as a sign of increased optimism and recovery. Whales is also performing well, but what is driving their current success? There is a growing chain reaction, which is reflected in the total number of whale transactions, and you should be aware of it. According to the block, the number of whale transactions has increased by 45%. It achieved an incredible amount of nearly $140 million in just one day. Here's something interesting that happened yesterday. While Shiba Inu was rising, some were still struggling to rise, much like Bitcoin, which is still in a slump and struggling. This increase in accumulation is crucial for the overall health of Shiba Inu and may indicate that the whales are getting ready for Shiba Inu to pump and they are buying more and more for the future. Most likely, the whales believe that we might flip the bearish trend soon. The whales are keeping this quiet and covert, so it's likely that they won't want you to know about it. However, in the last 24 hours, 12,700 Bitcoin were sent to accumulation addresses, according to a top market analyst. This indicates that the whales are amassing a sizable amount of Bitcoin. What are they planning to do? Well, it's likely an accumulation for a significant increase in value soon. It's worth noting that this enormous amount is worth about $840 million. The whales are ready, and we should be too, as confidence is returning to the ecosystem. The news has scared small investors about what to do next and made them happy that the whales are finally in the accumulation phase, which means we can go much higher from here. They are even predicting a large up move in the next few weeks, but all of that is just the tip of the iceberg, and now it gets even more interesting. After a significant price drop, it seems possible that a sudden revival is in the works. The data also shows that large transactions have soared by 67% in 24 hours to almost $50 billion. The whales are accumulating the most they ever have. An on-chain data company just released an analytics report that is extremely optimistic. Information for Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, the two biggest meme cryptocurrencies, based on the crucial indicator of market value to realized value ratio, or MVRV for short, is a useful tool for assessing market peaks and troughs and yielding insightful data on traders' purchases and sales behavior. The report explains that a cryptocurrency's likelihood of experiencing a short-term price bounce in the future increases with a lower ratio. This is startling news, and investors are eager to accumulate in anticipation of possible gains in the near term. This discovery changes everything for Shiba Inu. To provide you with more information, recent data shows that Doge and Cardano have extremely low MVRV ratios, with Dogecoin at. When a commentator who appeared to be a Shiba Inu fan asked about Shiba Inu's position, something unexpected happened. The on-chain company responded with a whopping -19% lowest among these large caps, suggesting that Shiba Inu's current stance is even more bullish than that of Dogecoin and Cardano. 16% and Cardano at -12%, which the on-chain company describes as very bullish. Remember, the lower the number, the better it is. Investors were taken aback by this revelation. This has not only excited people but also filled them with more hope for the future. Here's something you should understand: this analysis by a on-chain data company was not the only one with a bullish sentiment. In fact, more experts and investors have expressed similar sentiments. It suggests a strong possibility of significant short-term gains, fueling optimism and encouraging many to consider accumulating Shiba Inu. It seems that Shiba Inu is in a phase where we can go much higher from here. Some may argue that we are in an accumulation phase, meaning whale investors are accumulating their coins for an uptrend soon. Businesses are thought to be optimistic on Shiba Inu. Experts are finally turning bullish after a lengthy period of pessimistic sentiment, which has enthused investors even more. In other developments, an expert analyst supported his assertion that Shiba Inu is extremely bullish despite the current gloomy sentiment. Trend that throughout the previous week generated a 20% fall. Javon Mars and other market analysts are still upbeat about Shiba Inu's future, and Marks believes that this pullback could paving the path for a large price increase. In his most recent analysis, Marks emphasized that the Shiba Inu continues to trade above the levels it began trading at back in February, indicating tenacity and prospects for recovery. Currently, Shiba Inu is in a terrific position. Furthermore, a higher rise from here is feasible and beneficial to the ecosystem. He projects a potential 294% price increase for Shiba Inu, with the goal of driving its price closer to the previous all-time high. According to Mark, the present market downturn may just be preparing for a big price spike. He believes that Shiba Inu will likely break through the previous all-time high threshold and maybe hit the 30Zs mark, which would create a new all-time high. This is significant since it's not often that we see. The price projection for Shiba Inu is something we should be aware of going forward, even though it is not financial advice. Despite all the optimistic analyses, it is important to take note of the fact that Shiba Inu is currently facing two significant resistance walls, which are located between 45 and 301, which will be the new all-time high. This massive wall represents a level at which over 91,000 gallons were purchased for $29.6 trillion. Currently valued at $500 million, Shiba Inu could see another downswing if a massive sell-off occurs at this point. However, if Shiba Inu is able to overcome the resistance at this important supply barrier, the expert analyst thinks it will probably continue to rise. He says that this discovery could push the price of Shiba Inus to a new all-time high because, in essence, it will eliminate a zero from the price, which might encourage investors even more to purchase. You can only imagine the euphoria this will have on the community and investors, leading us to believe that it is imminent. Professional analysts and businesses are also bullish about this. Feeling this brings us to the end of the article. Although we should be aware that the cryptocurrency market is extremely unpredictable, we should still be ready for it in case it does occur. What are your thoughts on that? Please leave a comment below. I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say. If you're curious to learn more, be sure to click on one of the videos you see. Footage in order to help me with the YouTube algorithm. If you liked the video, please like it and don't forget to leave a comment. You can also help spread the word about this story by sharing it with as many people as you can.